simply means the provision of financial assets to the markets just for traders to come and do their buying and selling, and then you earn incomplete fees. I don't know if you understand. You earn incomplete fees by providing for those people that come and do the buying and selling. That's what liquidity provision simply means. So for those of us that are very new here, liquidity simply means money. In Web3, we call it liquidity. So let's just say money provision, just to come down to your level. I'm going to explain it in the terms of Web2, like basically what we can actually relate to it. So for instance, in a bank now, you deposit your money and the bank actually uses your money to make transactions, because the bank don't have money on their own. They're basically using your money to make transactions. And then later on, the bank is going to collect charges from you. I don't know if you understand. You are the one coming to, bank will actually use your money to make transactions. Plus, you are the one coming to make transactions with the bank also. And then bank will collect from you charges, collect from you fees. Like the last time my bank, my GT Bank sent me a message that are collecting, they actually debited me up to 500 Naira for, said it was tax, SMS charges and stuff. So basically, the bank is providing, is making available funds for people to even come and loan. I don't know if you understand, but be very careful. Listen to me very carefully. The money that actually belongs to that the banks actually loans to people are the money the people actually put in the bank. So the people are doing the buying and selling, the people are doing the trading in the bank, and the bank is actually making money from you. You come deposit your money in the bank. I don't know if anybody actually knows that the bank does not have any money on their own. They are living based off of your own money. They'll collect your money, do their transaction, you will come and do the transaction whatsoever, and then the bank will also collect charges from you. That is exactly what liquidity provision simply means, broken down. So you provide liquidity into the market for people, especially for traders, because without this liquidity, so okay, let me just bring it down. You know, most of us must have bought those times, all these tap and all these what do they call it, hamster combat, all these things that actually came out. You know, the reason the hamster combats were able to give people like a little money was because liquidity was added into that token. Liquidity was added. Somebody added liquidity. That is money. A token becomes valueless when money is removed completely from that token. It becomes valueless. That is the reason when you attempt to swap any token that is valueless, that becomes valueless, it's you get this error, maybe quotes not found, or maybe routes not found, something like, you'll not be able to swap that token because there is absolutely nothing in that token. There's no liquidity. So for you as a provider, what you have to do is come into the market and then you provide liquidity for some particular tokens you wish to provide liquidity on, so that traders will come, do their buying and selling. And look, what you earn is fees. You are not trading with them. You are not trading with them. These are two differences between traders and then liquidity providers. You are not trading with these people. You just provide for them. They come and you earn in charges. You are just like the bank collecting charges from these guys, because every transaction that they make, they drop transaction fees. If you've bought maybe USDC, USDT, or maybe you've bought Solana, or maybe other token, you see that you deduct this charge from you, this price from you a little bit, maybe up to like 0.01, or maybe it can even span up to lamports or so, and then you'll be like, it's actually nothing. But these little fees that they actually deduct from you, it's actually going to somebody. It's actually going to somebody. So that person that the fees actually went to is the person that provided the liquidity for you to come and do your buying and selling. I don't know if you understand. So that is just basically it for liquidity provision. You provide liquidity for traders and you earn in charges. So in charge fees. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to share my screen here so you'll be able to understand exactly why you are different from traders. You are completely different from traders. All right. Yeah, in this, look, you should be very happy you are in this community, that we can be able to teach you something of value. Most people must have not heard of this stuff. This is the first time somebody is hearing of this thing. but it has been there for long. What we actually do is we make known to the public every single thing that's every single way to make money without hassle, without stressing yourself. You can provide for these guys and just relax, and then you make money in fees. All right, let me show you why we are different from traders. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, give me some time. Let me just share my screen. Okay. If you are seeing my screen, could you please pin the love emoji if you are seeing my screen? Just want to make sure that my screen is visible. Can you see my screen?
Sure, go ahead, go ahead.
All right. So I'm gonna be showing you something that you've not seen before. So the reason we are different from traders. So I'm gonna go to Bybit, and then I'm gonna show you what's happened today. What happens today? Give me some time. Let me just close these dialogues from Bybit. Okay. Now take a look at what happens today. Take a look at what happens today. You can see. Take a look. This is BTC USDT. Take a look at what happened. So somebody that must have bought maybe with his life savings on here, this particular candle here, that means the person has gotten completely liquidated. This is complete liquidation. So this is just very clear. These people that actually bought this things are called traders. They are traders. But now see, they have been completely liquidated. Somebody that bought at when it was 69.32. Now look at where it is now. It has now dipped. It has now dipped. It has dipped so well that the person has completely gotten liquidated. You can see they're still buying and selling here, but it's still dipping. This is the reason we are different from traders. We don't buy and sell. We don't do the buying and selling. We provide for them to come and do the buying and selling, and we earn fees. Like for instance, now somebody provided liquidity for BTC USDT. You can see somebody provided liquidity for this, and now the person has earned in fees because somebody did a huge sell here. The person has gotten his fees. I don't know if you understand. The person just provided for these traders. The traders now do their buying and selling, and the person relax and be earning in fees. So you can see this huge dump here. It is very, very, very scary. I know most of you guys are going to be like, I am very smart. I have like a sniper. I have stuff. I have this one. To buy this, the people will be saying, okay, yeah, I can buy the dip, and then later when it goes up, I'll be able to make some profits. No, that is called a classic falling knife. When you try to buy the dip, it's called a falling knife. And then when you now buy the dip, you are a knife catcher. The term falling knife actually means that, for instance, when a knife is falling, if you try to catch it, you get injured. So in Web3, we call it the classic falling knife. If you try to buy a token that is dipping like this, it's still dipping. If you try to buy it and say, okay, fine, it's going to go up maybe in the next few years, in the next few days, that means you are trying to catch a falling knife. So it's not something you want to put your funds into. You will lose a lot. But when it comes to liquidity provision, you don't have to trade with these guys. You provide for them and you earn fees. You are basically like a bank. Most people want to work 9 to 5. Most people want to work in the banks. Like you, when it comes to liquidity provision, you are like the structure bank on your own. You provide for these guys, and then you collect from them charges. It's called transaction fees. So that is the reason in Dexify, we have made it so very easy that before you provide liquidity, the bot will do some analysis for you. It will do some serious analysis for you before you be able to provide liquidity in any token. Like in the past few days, I've actually made some good amounts here. You can see. I've made some good amounts here in the past few days. You can see. So that is how liquidity provision simply works. So everything in Dexify has made it very easy for us. When you go to the Discover section, you understand that the pools here has already been, they're already established, they've already been scanned, because it comes with details. You can see once you just hover on this one, you see that this has trending desk screener rank 11. You hover on this one has low liquidity. We're going to skip this for a while. Now, all these things comes with all these pools comes with their own details. Like for instance, now some people that actually bought this deep, like they actually bought this USDT, BTC USDT. They never knew it was not as detailed as Dexify could show. You can see everything is detailed. Once you click on here, let me just close this a little. Once you click on, you can see the details. You can even see active LPs on this pool. You can see them, active liquidity providers. Very detailed. You can see the volume, you can see the TVL, you can see the fees. But when you come to Bybit, all these things most of these things are hidden. Most of these things are hidden. So you don't want to trade. It's not what you want to get yourself into. You don't want to go ahead and be trading. Trading is now legacy. It's something that have gone. It's something that have gone. In 2026, there is what we call liquidity provision. Provide liquidity to these traders, and then you make your fees. As easy and as simple as that. As easy as that. So once you go to the discover section, because like I said previously, because I've handled the previous live sessions, like I said previously, once you go to the discover section, all you want to look at is the TVL. You want to look at the TVL just if you want to provide liquidity manually. What you want to look at here is the TVL, total value locked. Now, let me explain what this total value locked means, because I did not explain this in detail the other time. So total value locked simply means this is the total money that is in the pool and is quite locked. That is the reason it is locked, total value locked. These are the total amounts in the pool. And nobody can just pull out of the pool. So you have to look for a total value lock that is quite huge, because nobody can just pull out of this pool all of a sudden, because it's actually locked. Now, once you look at the total value locked, you look at the volume it has made in the past few 1 hour, in the past few 24 hours. Like, it's very important to look at these things. Reason being that you want a pool that is very stable. You want a pool that has so much activity. You want a pool that cannot easily get rogged. I don't know if you understand. I know by now every one of us might have known what rog actually means. Rog simply means when a developer actually pulls out the whole liquidity from the token. Or basically, rog could simply mean when a holder, a top holder, actually make a huge sale. So that is just basically it. So I'm going to go to the copy LP. The copy LP is now very, very okay for every single one of us. Like the last time I spoke about the copy LP works exactly the way normal LPs would work. So this copy LP has the bots, it was integrated into these bots because we have noticed that a lot of people, please stop writing on the screen if I'm Moses. So a lot of people actually know how to provide liquidity very, very well. Like if you've been following some people on Twitter, you understand that a lot of people are into liquidity provision, and some of them are experts in providing liquidity. So good at providing liquidity. So we introduced this because most of our users actually complain that it's very difficult, since they cannot go through the hassle of the manual process and stuff. It's very difficult for them to provide liquidity. So we said, okay, fine. You can now copy those top LPs, those that are actually doing very well in the provision of liquidity. So that is just basically it. You copy these guys, and then once they open a position, immediately it copies for you. So this is not 1:1. It's basically any amount that you have that you can set. Once the person actually opens a position, the bot auto triggers based on what you have set it. I don't know if you understand. Based on what you have actually set, the bot auto triggers for you. So you don't have to go to the hassle of trying to do manual LP and stuff. So Dexify was made to automate completely the process of providing liquidity. Everything in Dexify is automated. automated from here to there. All right. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the autonomous bot here. I'm going to talk about the autonomous bot here. You can see, like I said the last time, I spoke about the last time, that every single preset is actually good. Like when you come to the preset section here, every single preset is very, very good. But the reason I choose Flow is because Flow is quite tighter. Flow is quite risky. But Flow comes with 20 bins. And in these 20 pins, that is where all your funds are packed. It's just like packing a lot of funds, a lot of liquidity inside a small bowl. It's going to overflow, Shay. So once it's packed like that, the fees you'll be making on each bins is going to be very great. It's going to be very great. One thing I always used to tell people is that even though the bot runs 24/7, it is very important you also manually cross-check. You also look at how your position is doing. You don't have to get greedy whatsoever. Because for me, I've never gotten greedy with providing liquidity. If my position hits 2% profit, I remove my liquidity. 3% profit, I remove my liquidity. 1% profit, I remove my liquidity. So that is just basically it. So for me, the strategy, the preset I would advise you can use for now is the flow. This flow preset. This flow preset comes with 20 bins and is curved. The shape actually is curved. The reason I choose flow is because of the ability for it to make enough fees for me. You could actually go with Bliss, but the reason I did not choose Bliss is because it comes with 6 bins, and a little shift in the market will push you out of balance. It will just push you out of the market, and you basically look like the person that is actually holding a token. But with the help of the bot, it auto rebalances for you, so you keep making that fee. And because once it comes to market volatility, the price could actually go up, the price could actually come down. But once you are in range, you keep making fees to compensate that tanking, to compensate that volatility. So if it's going down, the fees will be compensating because people are actually selling, so they're dropping fees for you. I always tell people that most times, when it looks as if the token is actually tanking, the token is actually going down, you should not panic. Reason being that you are making fees. You are still making profits, because the token is tanking doesn't mean that it is the end of the world. It is not. You are making fees. And once the token behaves like it spikes a little bit up, the fees will kick in and then push you into profit immediately. That is just it. That is exactly it. So, like I said, when it comes to the autonomous bots, I choose my strategy preset as flow. And I select obviously, my recommended here is $50 per position. And then, basically, you can set this one yourself. You can see mine is 10% here, the reward target, 10% here, the capital guard, just in case. You can actually add it two-sided, both tokens, because you want to be making fees on both the base token and then the quote token. You don't want to make fees only on the quote token or only on the base token. Like I explained the other time, let me just go through it again. So the quote token here is simply the one that is stable. Once you see a pair like, let me just make up a pair. Let's say Caleb stroke so. Now you can see that once you hear Caleb stroke so, you should understand that the quote token is so. And then the base token is Caleb. Because these developers, anybody can come up with a particular meme token, like you name it whatsoever you want to name it. You understand? So the quote token is a stable one, while the base token is the volatile one. So you don't want to select this, because this is quite risky. You don't want to select this in as much as this is stable, but you want to be making fees on both sides. You don't want to get stuck only at so. Once a transaction is made only on so, this when you only get your fees. No, that's not what we want. So once we set this up, we'll now click the turn on, and the bot turns on immediately and start scanning positions for you immediately. All right. So moving on, I'm going to also be talking about the Digin. The Digin is actually undergoing so much upgrade for now, but the reason we actually introduced the Digin was because there are some people that are actually digging traders. They want to be digging traders. They feel like, yeah, this is where I believe that I can do well. But trading digging is just speculative. Trading digging is based on luck. But liquidity provision is not based on luck. So the reason we introduce this copy digging is because there are some people that actually use snipers. I don't know if anybody knows what snipers is. Some people actually use snipers. And these snipers are programmed bots. They work in automation. That once a token is being released, immediately the token is being released. In a millisecond, then the token is being bought by that sniper. The token is bought by the sniper. And in a space of, for instance, in the space of like 1 minute, because in as much as the token is bought, buying and selling actually goes on immediately. Once the token actually increases a little, the sniper takes profits immediately. So we want people to actually earn both in digging and in liquidity provision. That is the reason we brought about copy digging. You can copy those people that actually have good snipers. You can research these things up. They are called snipers for a reason. They snipe into tokens and then hit the token, and then when it pushes up in speculation, they take profits immediately. So that is the reason we introduced the digging. And for now, the digging is actually undergoing little upgrades. But for provision of liquidity, it is very, very clean. Because the last time I actually did a video of the profit I actually made the other time from the last class I actually took. The next day, I made a lot of profits. I made a lot of profits the next day. So liquidity provision is simply the best. Liquidity provision is what you should be aiming for. It's what you should be aiming for. It's what you should be aiming for. You should not look at any other Web3 product or Web3 service if not liquidity provision. You don't go into trading. Don't go, like, the reason people are still trading is because they have not heard of liquidity provision. And we are making these things very free to you guys. Every single one of you, these things are completely free. Nobody is paying anybody for this, but you have to pay your attention. Because these things we are teaching you, we take our time to do researches and make sure that everything that you are being taught is completely okay, is completely, it can be fact-checked. Everything we tell you can be fact-checked. You can go online and check all these things yourself. You know, liquidity provision is the best. And Dexify has made it so easy that automation is being added into it. AI is also being added into it. You can see the rise of AI. Please stop writing on the screen. You can see the rise of AI. You can see what AI can do. If you are following AI trends, you know that that's what they call agentic AI. And Dexify is still going to integrate that into its automation. That's what they call agentic AI. It will go into the markets for you and do the LOP for you. That is the reason it's an agent. You don't know what AI is evolving into. So we saw all these things and realized that we need to make this very easy for these users, because providing liquidity manually on Meteora is difficult. It's very difficult because you have to go to your Jupiter and do some swaps. Most of us actually have complained about the swaps that is difficult for them to do. You have to swap, because if you are swapping, for instance, let me say, if you are swapping SOL to USDC or maybe SOL to USDT, you understand that you cannot just impute 1 in SOL. You have to do 0.000 something, so it will be equivalent to the what in dollars for you if you want to transfer it, if you want to swap it to USDC. Because if you just impute 1 SOL here, 1 SOL automatically is 79, should be around 79 dollars. So you have to do like 0.00, so it will be an equivalent to what you want to really swap. So if you do this thing not manually on Meteora, this is the hassle you have to go through. You have to, like, basically, let me just say, suffer for you to provide liquidity once. And then let me explain something to you. And then once you go out of range in Meteora, it doesn't auto rebalance for you. It doesn't auto rebalance for you at all. What you have to do is close the position again and you rebalance again. It doesn't auto rebalance. So if you leave your position For instance, you open a position on Material and then you forget about it because you got very busy. You are not looking at it and then you forget about it. That is it. If it goes out of range, it's out of range. It's not coming back in range to make fees for you. I don't know if somebody is understanding. We analyzed all this and realized that there are flaws somewhere because people could actually get busy to the extent that they could forget exactly where they provided liquidity. And then we realize that there's something we need to do about this, that when people are even on their beds, when people are sleeping, when people forget because we are actually chasing our daily bread, when people forget, something could be actually be working in the background for you. That is the reason we came up with Dexify. It was not difficult for us to just add only the manual feature and tell you guys that, all right, you can just provide liquidity using Dexify and that's all. No. Realize that there are flaws in Radium, flaws in Material. There are so much flaws. So we decided to fill up that gap so users will be happy. Now, Dexify comes with automation, comes with auto rebalance. Do you know what auto rebalance is? You see how swift now auto rebalance is. Anybody that have opened the position recently, you see how swift rebalancing is. Once it goes out of range, it auto triggers and rebalances for you. The bot really wants you to be earning these fees. See, that is the reason I like this bot. The bot is so much interested in you earning fees that it could, no matter what, it keeps working 24 hours for you to earn that fee. For you to earn that fee. No single buying and selling can slip out of your hand when Dexify is around. No single buying and selling can slip out of your hand. You keep earning fees wherever you go. You go out of range, it auto rebalances for you. You come into range, you keep earning your fees. You keep earning your fees. So I just showed us the differences between traders. Let me just go back to that for most of us that are actually joining. I actually showed us this thing before. You can see this BTC USDT. You can see. So what is going on here? This is not something you want to find yourself into at all. You don't want to find yourself into this kind of mess. This is huge. This is huge. That is the reason providing liquidity is better off. Is better off. All right. So I'm gonna walk us through some little features that have been added on Dexify here, because I already talked about the bot section here. And all right, I'm gonna also be talking about how to get started. So basically, for newbies, once you come to Dexify, you can provide liquidity with Dexify. For newbies, it's actually an automated system that helps you provide liquidity in automation. So once you enter Dexify, once you go to app.dexify.com, what you have to do first, for me, is to connect your wallet, because that is very important. Once your wallet connection succeeds, what you have to do is go to more here. Let me just zoom it so you'll be able to see it a little. Go to more here and then the store. So I'm going to talk a little bit about this store. All right. I'll talk a little bit about this store. So now coming to the D Pro. The D Pro is basically the fuel. Like for instance, a vehicle actually needs fuel for the vehicle to run. Either be it diesel, be it kerosene, be it a vehicle, a land vehicle. It actually needs something to run. I know you guys must have heard that. I'm just trying to digress a little. You know, actually planes do use kerosene. They actually use kerosene. So now these planes that actually use kerosene, let's now bring it into Dexify. The bot needs fuel to run. It needs this fuel to run. Without this fuel, the bot is not going to run sufficiently for you. So when you come to Dexify, you go to the store here, you can see we have the basic one here, D Protocol Basic, which will give you 5,000 D Pro. This is basically the fuel. D Pro is simply the fuel that is going to be deducted anytime a position is open. So for those of us that don't know, for every single position, 75 is deducted. All right. Now, you can see you have access to the basic bot access. That is basically every single thing that concerns the manual is just basically basic. Now, you can manually LP into positions. So for you to purchase this, you have to click on here. Once you click on here, very, very important. So before you actually come on here first, and if you've decided that you want to purchase the gas that the bot is going to run with, firstly, this is what I want you to do. You go to your assets here. Once you click on your assets, you click on deposits. Click on deposit. What I want you to understand is when it comes to blockchain, when it comes to Web3, Web3 is kind of like tricky because every single transaction is finalized. There is no, I made a mistake, oh, please, could you please refund me and stuff? No, it's not like your normal Web2 banks that you make a mistake, maybe you send to some other account and then you go back to the bank and ask the bank for a refund or probably ask the bank to trace. Web3 is not like that. You could look that up if you think I'm actually lying to you. Blockchain is not like that. Every single transaction has been finalized. That is the reason blockchain comes with smart contracts. So I'll explain a little bit what smart contracts simply means. Smart contracts are basically pre-executing digital programs that runs in the blockchain. These programs pre-execute. They execute already. That these programs are already designed to execute. Immediately you press send, it's already executed. They are digital programs that is stored in the blockchain. So once these programs are actually executed, there is no refund. There is no, I made a mistake. So that is the reason I want to walk you through this step. Very, very important. So before you actually purchase the bot, you have to go to your assets here. And then like I did, I clicked on deposits. Please stop writing on the screen. And then you're going to select, you're going to add the funds you want to deposit. Let's say you want to deposit 5,000 here. You click on 5,000. And remember, let me just zoom this a little. I don't know if anybody's seeing this. Let me just zoom it. All right. You can see it's actually 5. Let me just sum it up to 5,000, a round number. So amount USDT, 5,000. Now, very important, the payment network should be Solana because Solana is very fast and it's only what you have to use. Just use only Solana. Your token, your coin has to be USDT, then the network Solana. Very, very, I know I'm sounding it like this because we've got a lot of reports that some people made the wrong asset. If you make the wrong asset, it cannot be traced. Only by the grace of God, you could get this thing traced. If it finally gets traced, it's because God is on your side. I'm telling you the truth. Blockchain is completely anonymous. You don't know who this person is. All you can see are just wallets transferring funds to this one, to this one. You don't know the person. And every transfer is finalized. So take your time to scrutinize. Take your time to cross-check. Checkmate everything you want to do. Make sure there is checks and there is balances. So you click on the payments network, Solana here, and then you click on generate deposit address. Now a deposit address is going to generate here for you. Now you can see I already made this very clear. Send USDT only. Do not send, let me zoom it a little. I don't know if anybody's saying this. All right. Send USDT only. Do not send USDC or any other token. Only, let me just shift this a little. Only send USDT on the Solana XPL network. Please. Only USDT. Don't send USDC. Sending other tokens or using the wrong network will result in permanent loss. You can see that it's obvious there. Sorry. You can see that it's very obvious. So I'm going to zoom in a little. So now what you're going to do is you're going to copy this address here. And then you're going to, this is basically your deposit address. Once you send your funds to this address you've copied, it's going to reflect automatically here for you. You're going to see it's going to reflect here for you. And only, okay, let me just make this very clear again, because I believe that some people are misunderstanding assets with the wallet, because we get this a lot. This is just frequently asked questions. I'm trying to make it very clear here, right? The asset is only when you want to purchase something from the store. Anytime you want to purchase something from the store, you deposit to your assets. Now, once your wallet is linked, anytime you want to make you want to make any transaction concerning on-chain, or basically you want to LP here on Dexify, that is when your wallet actually comes in. Now, there are two discrepancies. The asset and the wallet, they are not correlated whatsoever. They are not correlated. Please. The asset only, the D-Store actually only deducts from your assets. It doesn't deduct from your wallet. So you have to fund your assets first if you want to purchase the D Pro. All right. So once you make the deposit, it auto appears here for you immediately. All right. And then once you've made this deposit, you now click on more here, go to the store section. You click on D Pro. Maybe you want to purchase the one of 25 D Pro 5, you could go ahead. So I'm gonna make everything really clear for us, depending on the tier. I'm gonna make everything really clear for us. The restrictions to the basic D Pro, the starter D Pro, the growth, etc. All right. So now I was talking about the basic D Pro here, the tier 1. You have access to only 5,000 D Pro, and then the basic bot access, and then the manual LP positions. Now for the tier 2, that is the D protocol starter. That is $575. Everything is going to be in tier 1. Everything that is in tier 1 is going to be in tier 2. That is basically just for us to understand. Everything in tier 1, that is everything, both the 5,000 D Pro, basic bot access, manual LP positions, is still going to be in tier 2, and also come with 12,000 D Pro, copy LP enabled. You can copy these good LPs, very good LPs. You can copy them and you never make profits. You never make loss in your entire life. So copy LP enabled, 5 max pool. So this 5 max pool actually comes with batch, because the batch section actually talks about when you could actually select. You could select depending on the D protocol tier you actually at. You can select and open pools at once at a particular time. So maximum you have now is 5 pools, and then 1,250 max inputs. So this max inputs comes with, depending on the 5 max pools you are going to LP in, is going to the maximum you're going to put inside the 5 pools is going to be 1,250. That is the maximum. All right. So now for the D protocol tier 3, that is D protocol growth, which is 1,850. That is everything in tier 2 plus 75,000 D Pro. You have access to the autonomous feature. Like, I need this to be very, very clear. You will not have access to the autonomous feature in D Pro 2. You would have access to the autonomous feature in D Pro 3. All right. Now, 10 max pools I've already explained, 2,500 max inputs, and then you get free DeFi speed 2. So DeFi speed 2 actually helps the bots to very quickly, and the ability for it to LP quickly, it also has the ability to pull out your liquidity very quickly. That is the reason for this DeFi speed. It makes the bots ×2 faster than any of these tiers. So you cannot be on the same rank with those that have the tier 1 or probably the tier 2. You cannot be in the same rank with them. All right. So now for the D Protocol Pro, it comes at the price of 2,550. This one is seriously amazing. Now, everything in tier 3 plus is going to be added, like everything that is in tier 3 that I've actually mentioned here in tier 3, that I've actually mentioned, is going to come, and also plus, this is where it's going to be added, 220,000 D Pro. You can see how large that is. 15 max pools, 5,000 max inputs, $5,000 max inputs. Now, free DeFi speed 2, and then you get a free DVIP2 as a reward. You see the differences between all of these. You get free DVIP2 as a reward for purchasing the tier 4. All right. I'm gonna come to all of these ones, the DVIP and the DeFi speed. I'll just explain them in the jiffy. Just let me just run these ones through. All right. Now for the tier 5 D protocol Elite, it comes at a price of $4,000. Everything in tier 4 plus 395,000 D Pro, 25 max pools, $10,000 max inputs, free DeFi speed 3. You can see all these comes with their own levels. Now, free DVIP 3 reward. It comes with DVIP 3 reward. Now, for D Protocol TICs, that is D Protocol Ultimate, it comes at a price of $7,950, and this is basically the highest. Everything in TI5 plus 7,000 D Pro, unlimited pools and inputs. You get access to unlimited pools and inputs, free DeFi speed 4, and then free DVIP 4 as a reward. You can see all of this comes with their own features. Like the one in anybody that is in D Pro 6 is not the same with the one in D Pro 5, not the same in the one with D Pro 4, not the same with the one with D Pro 3, 2, and 1, and so on. All right. So this D Pro, just for you to understand, is only for the bots. If you purchase D Pro, is because you want to begin LOPing. You want to begin providing liquidity. You want to start immediately to start providing liquidity. That is the reason you want to go for D Pro. All right. Now, let's talk about the DVIP here. Now, the DVIP is only for those that want to promote Dexify. It comes with up to 6 tiers. If you want to promote Dexify, you'll be noticed. You'll be one of the affiliates that will want to promote Dexify. So the DVIP comes to level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and all these levels comes with their own features and comes with their own commission. All right. Now, for the tier 1, the DVIP 1, which is $100, that is 20% direct commission. All right. It's going to come with 20% direct commission as per when you register someone, depending on what the person actually buys, you're going to get 20% out of the total of what the person has actually bought. All right. It's going to come with basic affiliate features, that is common affiliate features, which is the 20% direct commission, and then community access. You're going to have access to the community group, and then you know how to go about all these very well. All right, please stop writing on the screen. I don't know why everybody is writing on the screen. Please, could you please stop? It's distracting. All right, so for the tier 2 and the DVIP level 2 goes for $570. So basically, everything in tier 1 is going to be available plus 30% direct commission, then 5,000 D Pro bonus. So if you purchase the DVIP level 2, it's going to come with D Pro bonus for you to also LOP, for you to also provide liquidity, for you to also be able to use the bots. You understand? Now, it's also come with copy LOPing assets, and then 35% total commission rate. So that's what they call direct and indirect. So 5% indirect is going to go to you, and then 30% direct is going to come to you as the direct commission. All right. So that is the reason for the 35 in total commission rate.
All right. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Caleb.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much for this amazing training tonight. Thank you very, very much.
All right.
You have done justice to this training. And of course, as you can see, of course, he's talking about the D protocol and also the DVIP. All right. So all this is simply what can help you to improve your business. There are other aspects of this business that have the capacity to pay you, which is exactly what he's trying to explain. Our business here is strictly LPing, right? Meaning that once you're able to get your D protocol, you can LP and make consistent profit for yourself. Then if you want to use all right, so if you want to use let's say if you want to use the business model to actually improve your finances as well, you can do that as well by utilizing other aspect of DexFi, which is the DVIP, which there is a separate group on that where we train people on how they can utilize that aspect to make money for themselves. All right. But the primary objective here is LP. So once you're able to get your protocol, you can LP and make serious money. We want to utilize the other side of it as well, which is the DVIP. We will have to train you on that, on how to take advantage of it. And of course, you will do massively well on it. Now, of course, we have different projects like the Digin. We have the Copy LP, which all this is organized to help you make progress. And also, there is something huge coming to us. There's something huge coming to us. In fact, this one will shock everybody, all right? And it's still on the pipeline. We are still building it up to, to round off on it. And of course, you are going to enjoy it. You are going to enjoy it. So today, I believe that, earlier when he started, of course, you saw how the market is and others. I can tell you, we have been in this space for a very long time. But one thing most people don't understand is exactly how this market functions. A lot of people got distracted in this situation at this point in time. If you look at the market for the past 1 week, the markets have been bleeding, meaning that traders are currently crying, except those that are exceptionally guru in it, that can actually take advantage of the movement in downtrend. Are you with me? But majority of traders are in big tears right now. I'm telling you the honest truth. Why? Because, there is the moment we are is a moment of, after this period of time, it is going to be carrying, including novice, people who don't know anything about crypto, people who are just coming into crypto space. It's going to take everybody along. This was when I understood crypto in this kind of situation, and I took advantage of it, and it made me who I am today. And of course, this opportunity is here now and again. So when we tell you to hold on, we know why we are saying that, because we want you to be part of a process that have the capacity to change everything for you. You see, after this moment, you see, there will be massive increase. There will be massive money to generate. You see, LPs, which is those who provide liquidity, will make one of the highest money you can never imagine. In fact, this one we are making now is even the least. You understand? And the reason why we are making money right now is simply because we are targeting fees, not really trading. Because while people are selling massively, we can also make money as well. The only challenge there, or maybe a little bit challenge there, is just simply because some of the coins also is, going down in values and others, but fees are consistently coming. But immediately this phase is over, you are going to be seeing massive things happening as well. So whatever happens, don't snooze, don't blink, keep your eyes on the goal, be consistent, learn things that will help you when the right time, when the right opportunity presents itself, and you'll be able to recognize it and make the most out of it. Right? So I usually appreciate everyone who consistently attend trainings like this, because you never know when the game will change. You never know when the big information will hit you. And you'll be among those who will dip your hand first and collect as much as you can. All right? So thank you very much, Mr. Caleb, for this amazing training. All right? Thank you very, very much. We appreciate. And I think we'll be bringing this meeting to a close from here. And always join our trainings, all right? Because more is still going to come. All right? Thank you very much. Good night, everybody.